So today is Thanksgiving, all right, on the Gregorian calendar. No shame in the game, but it is kind of coincidental that the devil wanted to schedule 3 pagan holidays right after 3 biblical feast days of the Lord. But I digress. Hallelujah. I had to get that in. My neighbor. But it's a beautiful day here in Youngstown, Florida. I haven't seen too many lines in the sky. I mean, there are lines in the sky. Who knows when they were put there, but we got something to show you. Got something to show. What's up, man? Hey, man, happy Thanksgiving to you too, man. Yeah, got something to show everybody that I'm very thankful for today. One thing, and before I show you guys, is that it doesn't really take a whole lot to make me happy as far as just worldly things, and to really just be thankful to have been brought out of the life that I was living. Being brought up Christian and in the church and knowing Jesus, knowing about him, preaching him my whole life really, but living in a lot of anxiety and fear, and that being the root, and then the manifestation of turning to drugs and alcohol, and living a life of worldliness, and just really a life of pride and lust, stemming from having a lot of social fear, social anxiety, fear of rejection big time. And so really just giving thanks today for the miraculous power that God has, knowing his power now has the power to deliver and save and remove these chains, to remove the blinders of worldliness, to remove the blinders of fear, to remove the spirit of fear, to remove the spirits of bondage and wickedness and licentiousness and sin, and ultimately just a life of living as an enemy to the cross. And so I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful to be 6 years sober and as if I never drank a day in my life. It's really, really cool to have that from the Lord, and that he is the one that brings us out of Egypt and delivers us from the grips of Pharaoh and bondage and darkness, which is really truly what Egypt represented to them. It was darkness to them. They were under complete control and bondage to the Egyptian Pharaoh, and to their rule, to their way, their rule, what they wanted, and their mandates and their laws. And so God delivered them, and he is still a deliverer today. Today is a day of salvation. The time is now, as I always say. I want to flip the camera around for a few minutes and take you on a little journey and show you this piece of property. I'm standing in the driveway. It's a road. But somewhere around May or June, I had a friend that told me about this property, and I was painting with her and her husband, and she told me to come look at this piece of property. Now, mind you, this was May, June. I'm Panama City Beach. I'm kind of just floating by, getting by on odd jobs, and people are opening up their homes to me, and I'm so thankful for, the brothers and sisters that the Lord led me to throughout January, February, March, April, May, June. Right around June-ish, my friend Kristen Jernigan told me about this piece of property. And my good buddy Max and I drove out here. And let me tell you, this place was a nightmare. And I've looked at a lot of homes, worked on a lot of homes, remodeled a lot of homes, helped people flip houses, paint houses. I've probably painted several hundred homes myself. And this takes the cake. Over 30 years in that kind of off and on industry. This place, as far as the amount of junk that was in, this is just the front area that was in this area. It was the amount of junk that was in this area, and the amount of junk that was everywhere. Was absolutely a nightmare. I want to take you, this is the main way that I go. I got Paul here, he's working on the fence. But this is shed number 1. I'll show the inside, but whenever we first pulled up, it was full, overflowing with junk. Paul built this nifty little slider here for the dog. Nice concrete walkway. And there's the dog, Ruger boy, that I inherited off a great sister in Christ, Caitlin. Hallelujah, there he is. There's Paul. There's the gate. Awesome gate that he's building. It's really cool, actually. Well, he's transforming. It was bamboo. Now it's some old wood that we had in the backyard. I'm trying to get this thing figured out. Keep this dog in here. We got nice walkways. He's doing this one. He just did the patio and just finished this walkway, which leads right to shed number 1. And when we first got here, let me tell you, this place was junk. It was a junker's heaven. And when I got to it, mind you, was about a month after Kristen got a hold of this place. And so she got the ball rolling. And this place, altogether, I think I had 9 U-Haul 8x5 trailer loads full of complete garbage and junk and all of their stuff. This place you couldn't even barely walk in. What you're seeing now is is in the midst of me transforming this place into something that is suitable to perhaps work out in. As you can see, I got a desk that was given to me by Kristen's church, actually, and a really nice desk. Love this thing. It's very sturdy. Got all my stuff out here, and I hang out here a lot. This is where I do a lot of my reading and worship. I got some speakers out here. I'm gonna take my house speakers and all of that and move it out here soon too. To see carpet in this thing is like a miracle, for real. Because once we got all the junk out, I had all my tools in here for several months, and my vision was to turn this into the first livable space because it does have power. As you can see, it's got a couple of outlets. Not sure what's going on with this light unit there, but it doesn't, normal bulbs don't fit in that thing. This area, I mean, everything that I'm going to show you, and I'll post some pictures as well, and the pictures just don't do it justice, but every area that I'm going to show you was completely devastated with junk and garbage. As you can see now, Paul did a really beautiful job at trimming this. This is a holly tree. This tree was like a little bush that I remember in front of my grandmother and grandfather's house, and this is a beautiful tree. I would love to build a tree house in this thing. Got my punching bag hanging up. A lot of this Like this is all cleared out now. This was not cleared out until just really recently. Paul just recently cleaned all of this stuff out here, cleaning a lot of the brush back. Of course, getting the tree stuff off of the roof. There was a little leak in there. This whole yard. I mean, you can still see like just the remnants of glass everywhere. You know, broken glass all over the place. Like I said, 8-9 U-Haul loads of junk, straight junk to the dump. Got some planters out here. I didn't keep very much of their stuff. I threw most of it away. I didn't care what it was, but I did keep a few things. And then we continue, you know, over this process, which is almost kind of like a revelation or revealing, peeling back, if you will, you know what I'm saying? Like daily finding new things in this property. It is a really, really cool piece of property. It's a big old sycamore tree. So this shed number 2, as you can see, it's got some different pieces on it. And, you know, as you can see here, this shed was absolutely devastated. I believe, and I'm just taking a guess, I wasn't really told, but it looked like a tree limb had fallen, I would imagine in 2018 when they had Hurricane Michael. Fell on this roof, and so this center beam, this beam, and this beam was all collapsed, the whole thing. And so this portion of the roof right here was collapsed in, and then so for, you know, 5-6 years, water was getting into the shed, and all of their junk, just so much more junk. This is all my tools that was in the other shed that we have now completed. This shed, which was honestly one of my favorite things that I did with this property, was take this shed that was completely devastated. This is even a new door that Paul made. But I found some roofing tin online, Facebook Marketplace. I don't know if I can get up there and see that or not. But that's all pretty new stuff on the roof there. Should have got a selfie or a selfie stick, but yeah, this was all collapsed in, and now this has been repaired for about a good month now, and Paul did a really awesome job at repairing this thing and bringing it back to life. And of course we got brand new flooring in, some new boards. I think I had to buy, I think this is a new board and this is a new board, and I think we were able to reuse this one. Yeah, it looks like we reused that one. And then there was this piece right here is new as well, and that was actually part of the old roof. As you can see, it's different. So he scrapped together the roof that was collapsing, which is over here. That's actually new stuff that this is from Illinois that I picked up with brother JL. So this was the old roof, and he just pieced together and closed up this side here, which was really cool. Yeah, like I said, this was one of my favorite things that we've accomplished so far. Of course, all the junk and everything else. And it's been a process. Paul's been here for a few months now, and was really peeled back this property. I didn't even really know how much property I had when I first really started coming here, because at first I wasn't really living here. I was just coming here to clean the place up. And so it had been 2 or 3 months probably before I actually ever really started staying the night here. It just wasn't livable. It was just devastated. The inside, we'll go in there here in a minute, was just completely trashed. The carpet was trashed. Walls, there was holes all over the walls, and I'll show you. But anyway, I didn't even realize how much property was here. I thought it went back to about like right here. And Kristen came over and showed me my property, or showed me the property lines. And this thing goes way back. And you know, there's just some really cool areas. I love this little area, and I actually pitched a tent out here, and even have an Airbnb as well. And of course, you know, an invitation for others to come out and camp out. There's several campsites. There's about 7. That's a campsite. There's a campsite back here. Paul's carving a trail back here, which is really cool. This little area right here, obviously you don't see any junk here. You can see some remnants of junk, but this area right here was nasty, and I mean real nasty. Talking about diapers and you name it, all kind of stuff. So this is a little peeled back area. There's a tire we just found. Like I said, the more and more you peel back, the more and more you find. He's carving some more trails back through here, which is really cool. I love it. And what was really cool one night, it was a full moon, and I was standing like right over here. I think I was standing like right here, and darn, a lot of the vines are gone. But yeah, I was standing like right here, and I was looking up, and I'm like, oh my goodness, there's grapes on my property. And next thing you know, there's grapevines everywhere. All that's grapevines over there. Another campsite, and then he's carving another trail on this side as well. This area right here was devastated, just trashed all over this place. And it was really hard to get to. So it was so overgrown. There's another little camp spot, and some more carving the trail. And this thing goes back probably another 50, 60 foot. I'd probably say a good another 50 to 60 foot back, and then on both sides. He also found bamboo. This area right here was really devastated also. It was just a bunch of stuff. There's trash, those trash piles right there. That tree fell. This area, this tree right here, had all kind of stuff underneath. It was so overgrown you couldn't even see what was going on. There was picnic tables under there. There was all kind of wood and you name it. More extra wood here. Paul also found bamboo, and so we have bamboo, which was really cool. This area was where their dogs lived, and it was disgusting, as you could imagine. This side of the yard, this is a huge area on this side yard here. This yard was the worst. This side was absolutely like, this is where when we first started cleaning everything on the other side, we would bring it over here and stage everything over here, because this side was so devastated already when I got here. And this right here was a big burn pile, and it was actually so huge of flames, like it burned some of the trees up here. It even melted some of the siding of the house. If you can see, I wasn't here, I had somebody else here, and he got a little bit out of control. And anyway, there was a humongous burn pile. There's a tractor here that was on blocks and tires and axles and you name it, all kind of just fish tanks buried in the ground. If you could imagine why that was going on. But it's a beautiful side yard now, and I love it because God is so good. He cleans up our mess. He removes all the junk out of our life. And I was being asked the other day by a brother, what kind of lessons have I been learning? And one night as well, I was back there again, and the Lord started showing me how he cleanses us from unrighteousness and sickness and death and devastation and destruction, and where it all leads to. And through the cleansing and the beautification of this property, you know, it's really just a picture of his amazing love coming in, and the way that he removes things out of our life, and the way that he removes sin, and the way that he takes these unnecessary things that we think we need to pile up in our yard and to create junk and to blind us and to create chaos and confusion and havoc in our life. And then he's something beautiful and something that he can use. And this is his land. This isn't even mine. It's his. He created this. And here's another sycamore tree. This thing is large. I got a magnolia, a bunch of oaks and other things. There's a lot of different variety of trees on this property. Got palm trees and everything too. Paul's using all of these bricks here. They just had just a big old area of these bricks. Trust me, at one time this right here was a humongous pile, probably 4 or 5 foot high of just trash, junk, junk everywhere. This porch, you wouldn't even believe it. Looks brand new to me because it was so devastated. It was unbelievable what they did. Like just the most random things that you could possibly imagine. People in that world, in that life, doing. Nothing made sense to this place. Nothing at all. This to me is almost like brand new. Paul pressure washed it while I was in Illinois. Put some handrails too. This is like brand new. He just put these on. I was given that beautiful grill by a great sister, Jennifer in Christ. She gave me that, the dog, a bed, and everything else. And we're about to go inside. These sliders are probably one thing that definitely need to be replaced. But Paul did an awesome job, and he cleaned them while I was gone. This is the first time I've ever seen these things clean. There was all kind of stickers with bats, and they spray painted it and everything else. They had a problem with doors and water. So this is the inside. We're coming in from the side I normally wouldn't come in. But and I'm going to try to wrap it up before 30 minutes. But this is the living room, and it was, of course, devastated as well. Ripped out the carpet was one of the first things that I did because there was so much fleas in here. I couldn't even stay more than 20 minutes at this house. I'd be ate up with fleas and roaches and everything else. But I peeled back the carpet, and that was part of the dump loads. And so this was just subfloor for probably 3-4 months. I looked for carpet every day for 3-4 months. I was looking for rugs just to cover it. I at one time had a couple of blue tarps from Walmart that I put down. I was even operating out here. I had all my computer and everything set up right here. And is where I would even record for the radio and everything else. And then I ended up finding these blue carpet tiles. And I want to say I got 750 for $160. So it was almost exactly what I needed to do the living room, and you'll see this other room, and then Paul's room as well. So this is the kitchen. This is the stuff that was already in here. Just cleaned it up quite a bit. They had all kind of, they had this sticky stuff. Actually, you can kind of see a little bit. This is what they had all over the counter. So I had to, there was like 3 or 4 nights where I ended up scraping all of this stuff off the counter. And I actually brought it back to life because this was the original stuff, and it matched the tile. And so, and it matches the floor. And so, yeah, the counters are still a little sticky in certain places, but yeah, it brought it back to life. And you know, just every single day too is the other slider, which they had a big problem with, and they don't open very well. But every day just spraying for fleas and roaches, and you know, just little by little, the Lord just cleaning us up, you know, cleaning this house up, and it becoming a home, you know, and livable. I mean, I didn't cook here for probably, I'd probably say I didn't cook here till about really when Paul started moving in. Whenever he started living here is when we started cooking, which was about 2 months ago. I just didn't want to cook here. It was just so disgusting. And we were given this couch I was given that office chair along with that desk outside. Of course, the walls, as you see, are just completely white, but there was holes everywhere, and I mean everywhere. Right here was a humongous hole. It was like the size of like a brick. And what I did is I just took a real thin sheet of plywood and covered it up. I didn't even try to patch it. I just put a real thin sheet of plywood, and you can see that it goes up to about right there, and you don't even really notice it. But yep, patched all the holes, and found a really nice 5-gallon bucket of Valspar for $40. It was a Mist 10 at Lowe's, and ended up spraying the whole entire house. It was down to the wire, as you could imagine. I sprayed a whole house with 5 gallons, and this was like my little. When I started really living here, this area is when I moved all my stuff and recording, and would write and read and pray in this little area here. And I left the carpet, the green carpet that was in here originally, I left this area and the hallway. And everything else I tore out, including, I'll show you the master bedroom here in a minute. But yeah, this was my little area. It still kind of is. I like to kind of chill here. The dog sleeps here. Sister Jennifer also donated this chair, which is really cool. And this is kind of my cute little area room. You know, got some plaques on the wall, and whenever I do want to watch something on a TV screen, I'll plug my computer in. Got my home system here. But yeah, this is a cute little area, and of course brought some pictures, and Mom donated a lot of the lamps and furniture, and that's donated. And yeah, so we had enough carpet to go in. And then here's Paul's bedroom. So it was enough to do living room, hall, that room, Paul's bedroom, guest bath. Guest bath was okay. Like I said, they had a problem with water, so just replaced. This is still a little shaky, but it was just a huge hole right here, and it was just kind of dangling. So really what I need to do is I need to throw some screws in here and tighten that up, and then caulk and paint that. Yeah, and then no doors. Like I said, they had a problem with doors. As you can see, there's no door here. There was no door here. This is the master. There's 2 bedrooms, 2 bath. There was no door. And I actually just put this door on. Got it for $35 at Habitat, and just put it on. It wouldn't fit a regular door jamb, so I just screwed it on there. Thank you, Brother Alex, for the donation for this beautiful flooring. And so this flooring, I tore out the carpet in here as well. So I lived on subfloor in here for 3-4 months. I actually left the carpet padding and then walked on that until Ruger started to destroy it. And so still got the bed on the ground. Haven't found a frame for it yet, but that was also donated by Sister Jennifer, and I do appreciate it. It's a very comfortable king-size bed. Yeah, Brother Alex donated the flooring, and Brother JL donated his time to come over and help me put it down. As you can see, I don't have any dressers yet, but got some flooring as well from Brother Alex to complete the closet. Nice closet, and I actually sit in here, read the word, and I'll record as well in here because it's a nice quiet space. So here's my bathroom. Nothing special about it, except for the only thing that was special about it is that it was like a crack house in here. At one time, this shower, you would have died if you would have seen this shower and what they did to it, because there was a leak behind the wall. They didn't have the shower head threaded right, and so it was leaking behind the wall. And so what they did is they put foam. I don't know if you can tell, but there was foam all around the top of the shower and along the bottom as well, because there was a leak behind the wall. They did figure it out, I think, because they knocked a hole right here in the closet, And so I put a sheet of drywall up when I figured out within about 2 minutes where the leak was coming from, and then just threaded it right. Went and got a new shower head, and it was fixed. So as you can see, they had a problem with doors. This was like every 12 inches on the walls everywhere. These kinds of holes were all over the walls. They also had the counter covering in the bathrooms as well, so I had to scrape off all of that on the bathrooms as well. No door for the bathroom, but it's all good. Hallelujah. Well, that's it, guys. This is the tour of the house, and it's a little bit more than an acre, and I'll kind of walk you out this way and say goodbye. This is the view. Got a nice fire pit. Plenty of stuff to burn, that is for sure. And look at these beautiful walkways. Got a new shed. Got a new worship shack. Everything's coming along. Hopefully I'll have some visitors soon, and come out and hang out and camp, and we'll worship and pray and fellowship and just sharing the Lord's goodness. And yeah, I'm just really thankful for that. I really have been wanting to share this, but I think today, I don't really recognize the pagan holidays, but it's all good. I'm always thankful, and we should, as believers, always be thankful for what the Lord is doing in our life, and that we have breath to share Him and to share love and to share His life, to share His testimony and what He did for us. And, not that having a house and an acre is something really that I even needed. It's so crazy, and I'll tell you this and I'll let you go, but I've always honestly just have always said like things like, man, I wish I just had like an acre, what I could do with 1 acre, and I just noticed something that I've never seen. It happens almost daily. But what I could do with an acre, and then my friend Kristen tells me about this property, and let me tell you, it was not easy to even get started, because it was like, how do you even start on this place? Like, what do you even do, and then I just asked a few guys if they wanted to come out and help clean up the yard, and once that got going, it got the ball rolling and had some momentum, and was able to continue to plow through it, and just little by little clean it up and get a lawnmower and a weed eater. Mom and David bought me a chainsaw for my birthday, and the Lord bringing Paul and another guy named David, and just a lot of help, and it's brought Paul off the street into a home. He gets to live here every day now and work on this place. He works every single day except for Sunday. And even on Sunday, he'll pull the refrigerator out, or he'll pull out. He actually put in a new dishwasher. I forgot to tell you that I was given. The dishwasher didn't work. I don't use a dishwasher, but we did put it in. The new one works, and it actually matches much better. And so it was a great improvement in the kitchen. And yeah, just being able to daily be able to just sow in to His life, and how this place has really transformed my life as well, and it being a place of refuge for me and anybody else that wants to come and partake in the Lord's goodness, and while you're in Panama City Beach, to be able to swing by and come and visit. We'd love to have you, and yeah, it's been a great blessing. And there's so much more that I could say. There's so much more that the Lord has revealed in this place to me, and how He's using it to show off how good He is, because there's no way in a normal situation that I would be able to buy a house. There's no way in a normal situation that I'd be approved by any mortgage lender for a house. I don't have any real steady income. I have income that the Lord provides whenever I need it. Just like the last 2 weeks I was in Illinois, and it was right on time, and I needed the funds, and he provided. He provides the paint jobs when I need them. He provides somebody donating, somebody gifting, blessings, and the people allowed me to move in without giving them any money down or any money up front. They've kept the power on the whole time, and just now starting to work with them, and we have to she's going to be getting a lease option to buy contract for me, and giving them money now for power, and it's been a process to just really figure out everything. This place was so devastated that they would have never been able to rent or sell it unless they would have had somebody come in and do what I did. But what they really ultimately want is just out from underneath it. And so I'm kind of assuming the property, but still not really having the leverage or the resources to be able to do that. But I know that God is faithful, and he will provide the resources. And so I'm just counting on that, and knowing that he's not going to let me do all of this for nothing. It's not in vain. And I know that he has a great plan and a purpose for it. And it's fun to see it come to pass. You know what I mean? And it's been fun. And out of all the times that I've worked on a home, like, I've never really been able to work on my own house. And God said, here you go. I'm going to save the best for last, and give you this home, and be able to take it from a devastating scenario like my life. My life was a devastating scenario. As I was sick, I was almost dead in sin. I was dead from alcohol. I was dead from the drugs, from malnutrition, and completely turned my life around and created something completely brand new. And that's what he does. And so I just wanted to share that with you guys. I love you. Take care. Have a great day in Jesus' mighty name. Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. And there is no other way. And we are coming to a time like we've never seen before. And we're going to need each other. And so don't forsake the assembly. And be in fellowship with one another. Be in fellowship with the Lord. And reach out if you got any questions, or you want to hit me up and want to come visit. Feel free to reach out. I love you guys. Be blessed in Jesus' name.